Many of you may have seen in the news where Taraji and Oprah Winfrey apparently have some sort of beef. We're going to get into it this morning, and I want to formally welcome you to Kimmy's World. Thanks for being here, and I hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, and make sure you click the like button. Now, everything we will cover this morning is covered under Section 107 of Copyright Act 1976. Everything is done for information and entertainment purposes only. All right, if you're tuning in from Facebook, I want to formally welcome you here. Welcome to Kimmy's World. You guys been showing me a lot of love on Facebook, and I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Once you're finished watching on Facebook, come on over to YouTube and subscribe to Kimmy's World so you can get in on all the fun. There's a lot of things y'all don't see over there on Facebook. You can't engage with the YouTube family. For those of you all, if this is the first time you're tuning in to Kimmy's World, I want to formally welcome you here and ask you to go ahead and become a part of this beautiful family that we have. All you have to do is click the subscribe button, turn your notification bell on so you know when we go live or when we post any content. Now, for my wonderful subscribers and paid membership, there were 10 people from Kimmy's World who were gifted 10 free monthly membership. And I just want to say congratulations to you, and make sure you tune in because you never know when I'm going to gift more memberships. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. Now, many of you all have seen where I cover early part of this week Taraji breaking down during an interview with Gayle King, and she talked about the pay disparity. Well, the pay difference rather between African American women and her counterparts. And she broke down and she cried and she talked about possibly quitting acting. All right. Well, this video began to surface of an apparent beef between Oprah Winfrey and Taraji. Now, some people may say, oh, this is a stretch. Well, see, this is where Kimmy's World comes in, because once I submit my evidence to you, it is up to the viewers to decide if they're really beef or are we really stretching it out here. It's not for me to decide, but it's for you to decide. And you can drop down in the comment area. You can leave your comments. You can let me know and let everybody else know what is really going on between them. Is there something going on? Anyway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to run this clip. I want you all to pay very close attention to when Oprah Winfrey walks up, and I'll play it twice, the very beginning, so you don't miss it. But pay very close attention when Oprah walks up and she looks at Taraji. Taraji looks at her, shifts her eyes. Both of them, they don't greet each other, which is not common considering how touchy and friendly Oprah is. This is awkward. So let's run the clip.
Child, I just want to know, what did Oprah do to Taraji? Like, check this out. Look how she walk up, right? They all walking up. Look at it. Okay, look. They don't greet each other.
All right. Did you all catch that? We're going to run it again.
Child, I just want to know, what did Oprah do to Taraji? Like, check this out. Look how she walk up, right? They all walking up. Look at it. Okay, look. They don't greet each other. Taraji looking over here in space. just so you don't have to make eye contact with Oprah. Oprah doesn't turn to the side and say anything to her. Okay? I can't remember her name. I think her name is Danielle, this other actress. I don't know. I'm not going to lie on her, but I love her. Here come Fantasia. And look, she right there by Taraji, right? Right? And look what she do. Look what she do. Scoot them down and get at the end. Now, where y'all know Oprah to want to miss up on being in the middle in a photo?
So I would say the ending part of the video, I would say that's a stretch. Only reason why I say that is a stretch, Oprah possibly, and like I said, you can drop down in the comment area and let me know what you think. But Oprah could have possibly moved from standing next to Taraji to be on the end, just like the gentleman you saw in the video, who is actually the director of the film. Now, she probably want all the actresses standing together and then them being on the outer parts. Okay, so I'll let that one slide. I don't know. You just have to let me know what you think. But this right here, this is the kicker here. Now, pay attention to this.
Hello, everybody. God, the color purple means so much to me.
Gratitude. I'm deeply grateful to be here with you and my sisters. This film is everything.
Hey, it means a lot to me to represent for all of the young ladies.
Came here when I was 15 years old. I came here, that was one of the stops. We came to see the color purple, and we came to the Empire.
Most importantly, it's joy. It's joy, it's hope, and the most precious thing to me is sisterhood. So that's what the color purple means to me. Enjoy it. Make sure you take your friends and all your family and flood the theaters. Yes. Christmas Day. Yes.
It's to be celebrated. We thank you for allowing.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and stop it because that's all I need for this part. But you see that. You see and they run it twice so you can see. Oprah places her hand on everyone that comes up to the mic except for Taraji. Why? That. We're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about how a lot of people fail to realize there have been other actresses who have come out prior to Taraji to talk about these differences of pay. And for some reason, people forget about these other two, the one that actually started it all. And many of us thought that, and the second person up is Monique. Many of us thought that she actually just had a beef with Oprah Winfrey and, maybe it's something she was making up. I don't know. I'm going to run the clip, let you watch this, let you be the judge over all of this. All right, let's go ahead and get into it.
What happened, Monique? What happened?
I did a movie called Precious.
I loved it.
I signed up for that movie with my friend named Lee Daniels. He said it's paying $50,000. I said, let's do it, because it was an independent film, okay? When we did the contract, he said, you have 5% of the film. We're not looking for nothing. We know this is a small independent film. The film goes to Sundance, and it begins to get all of this praise. Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey get involved with Precious.
Okay.
They become executive producers. That's wonderful, because when they put their name to it, here you go, it's get ready to go through the roof. So when it came time for the campaigning of this award for the Oscar, and when it came time to go to different festivals and promote this movie, but you're really campaigning for the awards. Well, I was in a position, I had the Monique show, I was doing the Queens of Comedy tour, I had little babies, and my third husband. So what I was not gonna do was make Hollywood the priority. I've already done the movie. I don't need to campaign for you now to say, I want this trophy. I've done the movie. I've done my part. I get a call from Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey says, I will send my private jet to come get you and bring you to, I want to say, it was one of the festivals. And I said, sis, I'm in the bed with my man and my babies, eating chips, watching Curious George. Tell him I said I appreciate it and I love him, but I'm not going to be able to make that one. About 10 minutes later, I get a call back from Lee Daniels. Lee Daniels said, I told you ain't care about this. I told her you ain't care nothing about this. And it's not that I don't care nothing about it. It's just that my priorities wasn't that. I've already done my part, okay? The Hoodie Awards come up with Steve Harvey. Mm-hmm. Tyler Perry is there. Mm-hmm. Tyler Perry calls me into his room. He has a staff of people there. He does like this, and everybody disperses.
Oh, wait a minute. Do it again, Monique. Oh.
And everybody disperses except for my security. I said, you don't work for Tyler Perry. So everything I'm saying, there's always been someone else there to hear what's happened. So we're sitting there and Tyler says to me, listen, you may want to campaign for this because if you get nominated, your next film will be $3 to $5 million. If you win it, your next film is $5 to $8 million. I said, Tyler, look at me. I'm a black.
All right. So you see this, many of us forgot about this situation. And I don't know, I mean, there were different content creators that were actually talking about this and saying that maybe it's a light skin, dark skin situation. I don't think that was it. I think people remember when this came out, and we're going to talk right about it.
Monique had been betrayed by somebody that she never saw coming. This is where things shift from professional to deeply personal. What happened?
Oprah Winfrey called us up, and she said my brother wanted to come on the show.
Your older brother you described as a monster, and he abused you.
Yes.
From the time you were
7.
How did he abuse you? Are we talking about sexual abuse?
Yes. She said, if you don't want me to have your brother on the show, I will cancel the show. But I wanted to call you up to see how you felt first.
Monique thought Oprah had her back, but that was not the case.
I began to see commercials with my brother, my mother, my father, and my other brother. Now, the reason why that means so much is because in the conversation we had about my brother, we then went deeper. And we began to talk about our relationships with our mothers and our fathers.
So many of you all remember that. And so when Monique actually came out talking about this particular movie and how there was pay differences and what she was going to do, what she wasn't going to do. People went back to this when Monique's family were actually on the Oprah Winfrey talk show. And there was a personal beef, not personal. I mean, not professional, but a personal beef. So people didn't take her seriously. But let's talk about when Viola Davis came forward and she talked about these pay differences. People heard her, but nobody really said anything, right? And this, with Viola Davis's pay differences with her counterparts, had nothing to do with Oprah, but it has everything to do with everything Oprah said was true, everything Taraji said was true, and I'm gonna let you be the judge of it. Let's go ahead and run this next clip.
I got the Oscar, I got the Emmy, I got the 2 Tonys. I've done Broadway, I've done off-Broadway, I've done TV, I've done film, I've done all of it. I have a career that's probably comparable to Meryl Streep, Julianne Moore, Sigourney Weaver. They all came out of Yale. They came out of Juilliard. They came out of NYU. They had the same path as me. And yet I am nowhere near them. Not as far as money, not as far as job opportunities, nowhere close to it. I have to get on that phone and people say, you're a black Meryl Streep. You are, and we love you. We love you. There is no one like you. Okay, then if there's no one like me, you think I'm that? You pay me what I'm worth.
All right. So when this came out, people heard it, but it still did not blow up the way Taraji is blowing up right now. And I personally feel Taraji does not have a personal beef with Oprah. This is all about pay for her. She's tired of not receiving the same pay as her counterparts. And, people think, Oprah's Black. So she should be looking out for African Americans. But as you can see from the initial video, one of the videos that I showed you today about Oprah bringing on Monique's brother and her mother onto her show after she had told Oprah that she didn't want that, but she did it anyway. And she was being a snake. And she wasn't thinking about Monique being her sister. She's thinking about ratings and thinking about that almighty dollar. And this is the same thing that's happening here with this movie. She's not thinking about Taraji being her sister. She ain't thinking about that. She's thinking about that almighty dollar, because we all know in Hollywood, there's a very, very small community of a group of ladies that come together. Taraji's one of them. Viola Davis is one of them. Angela Bassett. And all of these African-American ladies come together, and they have a really close-knit community amongst each other, and they support one another. Oprah ain't a part of that. Let's be clear. So I believe Oprah is used to being very strong. But as you can tell, the two ladies we talked about, Monique and Taraji, they are very, very strong women. Very strong women. When they walk in a room, you can tell by their presence that they command the room. Both of them have very powerful performances. Very powerful performances. And Taraji, I believe she spoke her piece. And I believe Oprah didn't like it. I'm Oprah Winfrey. Who are you? You just an actress. Oprah not seeing no color. She don't care if you Black. But she do know African Americans are paid less than the counterparts. And of course she gonna lowball her. She's trying to keep more money in her pocket. There is apparent beef. And I believe Oprah is ticked about it. And Taraji, it may have become personal. But as you can see from the video evidence that I have shown you in this video, I'm not even going to rest my case. I'm just going to give the evidence, and I want to meet you in a comment area. And I really want to know what you think about it all. Your opinion matters here at Kimmy's World. And that's one thing that I want you all to understand. Your opinion matters. Because if it didn't, there wouldn't be a Kimmy's World. I want to thank you for tuning in to my version or my viewpoint on this whole situation. I do believe there's a beef on one end, and then I don't think it's a beef on another end. I'm an open-minded person, but I would love to see what you actually think. So we're going to go ahead and close out this show. Thank you all for tuning in to the show. I appreciate you. You guys have an amazing Christmas Eve. Make sure you bake you some cookies today. Bake some cookies. Get you some hot chocolate. Spend time with your family. And watch Kimmy's World, child. Y'all can put it on the big screen and y'all can watch Kimmy's World, because we don't cuss over here, so it's okay for the children to come and watch with you. Now, remember, if there's any type of content that is not acceptable for a child, I always throw the disclaimer out before it even runs, so you know to get the kids out of here. All right. So y'all have an amazing Christmas Eve. I will see y'all soon. And Merry Christmas to each and every one of y'all. Y'all have an amazing day.